Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we uncover the hidden secrets, astonishing values, and rare mysteries of the world of coins. And today, we have a story that will absolutely blow your mind and might make you want to rush to your piggy bank or your loose change drawer, because we are diving deep into the story of the 2015 AD 1-cent coin, a coin that, on the surface, might look like any ordinary penny, but in reality, it carries a value so astronomical, so eye-popping, that some collectors have been willing to pay as much as $49 million for a single specimen, and the reason behind this unbelievable valuation is a combination of printing errors, minting mistakes, and the sheer rarity of certain anomalies that occurred during its production. And to understand why this coin is worth tens of millions, we first need to look at the context of the 2015 AD penny, which was produced in Denver. And while the majority of these coins circulated as standard, seemingly unremarkable pennies, a very small number were struck with errors that make them stand out dramatically in the numismatic community, including what is known as double die obverse errors, where the design, including Lincoln's profile and the inscriptions, appear double due to a misalignment in the die during the striking process, a mistake that is incredibly rare for coins of this era, especially considering that the US Mint's quality control procedures have been quite rigorous in the modern era. Yet somehow, these errors slipped through, and collectors know that double dies, when confirmed authentic and in high grade, can fetch prices that are extraordinary. But this particular 2015 AD penny is not just about a standard double die. There are variations observed with significant die cracks, die clashes, and repunched mint marks, and each of these anomalies adds layers of desirability and potential value. So imagine a coin where the word liberty might show doubling or even a shadowy secondary imprint. The date 2015 could appear slightly off or have a ghosted extra numeral due to die doubling, and the D mint mark, which is supposed to be crisp and precise, might have been repunched slightly higher or lower, giving collectors the thrill of owning a piece of history that quite literally represents a mistake frozen in metal. And these imperfections are not mere cosmetic issues. They are the exact qualities that create scarcity, the kind of scarcity that drives collectors into bidding wars, sometimes for amounts that are almost unimaginable, because there are only a handful of verified specimens with these precise characteristics, and each coin has been carefully authenticated by grading companies to ensure that these errors are genuine and not the result of post-mint damage or cleaning, which could otherwise diminish the value dramatically, and beyond the doubling and repunching. Some coins even display what is known as off-center strikes, where the die does not strike the planchette perfectly in the center, leaving a portion of the design missing, and when combined with other anomalies like die cracks or cud formations, where a piece of the die breaks off and creates a raised blob of metal on the coin, you end up with a one-of-a-kind collectible that numismatists around the world will pay fortunes to add to their collections. And what makes the 2015 D penny even more fascinating is that it comes from an era when pennies were produced in extremely high quantities, millions of coins minted each year. So finding a high-grade error coin from this period is like finding a needle in a haystack, and this rarity factor is what transforms a humble 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. And collectors also consider the condition of the coin, because a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, showing sharp details and no wear, combined with verified errors, commands a premium that can reach extraordinary levels, as opposed to a similar coin that may have been circulated or damaged, which would significantly reduce its market value. And in the case of the 2015 AD penny worth $49 million, reports suggest that the coin features multiple striking anomalies, including double die features on Lincoln's bust, doubling on the inscriptions like "In God We Trust," a repunched mint mark, and possibly even a small off-center strike, all coming together to create an absolutely unique piece that has no true counterpart. And this uniqueness drives the auction prices into the tens of millions, because collectors are not just buying a coin, they are buying ownership of a piece of numismatic history, a story of human error meeting modern minting technology, a tangible connection to a moment when a coin somehow slipped past the quality control processes and became a one-in-a-lifetime rarity. And to put this into perspective, most pennies are worth a cent. Some common collectible pennies may reach a few dollars or even a few $100 in certain circumstances, but a 2015 AD penny with verified errors like this is valued in the tens of millions, making it not only a collector's item but also an investment, a conversation piece, and a dream for any numismatic enthusiast. And beyond its monetary value, the story behind this coin captivates the imagination because it challenges the assumption that modern coins cannot be rare or valuable due to mass production, showing that even in the age of industrial minting, Mistakes can create wonders, and this is precisely why the numismatic community watches every new coin release, every grading report, and every auction listing with bated breath, because you never know when another error coin will surface that could rival or exceed the 2015 D penny in value, and the history of error coins tells us that these anomalies are celebrated, catalogued, and studied meticulously, with collectors poring over minute details under magnification, comparing die markers, minting quirks, and patterns, and in doing so, they build a body of knowledge that allows future collectors and investors to authenticate coins and understand their value. So owning a 2015 D penny with these features is like holding a masterclass in minting anomalies, a real-world example that showcases the incredible potential for everyday objects to transform into priceless collectibles. And the excitement doesn't stop at just owning one. Auctions of such coins often become media events, with collectors around the world tracking bids, analyzing grading reports, and even studying high-resolution photographs to ensure that what they are bidding on is genuine and potentially the pinnacle of their collection. And this level of scrutiny and competition is precisely what drives the staggering $49 million valuation, because when supply is extremely limited, demand is global, and authenticity is verified by trusted grading services, the market naturally responds with extraordinary prices. And these coins also serve as teaching tools, reminders that in the world of coin collecting, knowledge, patience, and a keen eye can transform a simple penny into a fortune, and every detail matters, from the way Lincoln's cheek is struck to the exact positioning of the mint mark, and the subtle evidence of doubling or die clash can differentiate a coin worth a few dollars from one worth millions, and ultimately, the story of the 2015 D 1-cent coin is about the perfect storm of rarity, error, and preservation, a coin that began its life as a mass-produced penny yet became a symbol of value, curiosity, and collector obsession, a coin that proves that even the most humble pieces of currency can contain hidden treasures. And so, if you happen to stumble upon a 2015 D penny in your change, examine it closely, study it carefully under magnification, and consider its potential, because the right combination of error, rarity, and condition could turn that ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar marvel. And that is why collectors and investors alike are fascinated by the 2015 D penny, why they track auctions, and why a single coin with verified errors and exceptional preservation can command the jaw-dropping sum of $49 million, making it not just a coin, but a legend in the numismatic world, a tangible reminder that perfection is rare, mistakes can be priceless, and the stories behind our currency are sometimes more exciting than the currency itself. And in conclusion, the 2015 D 1-cent coin represents the epitome of modern coin collecting, showing that even in an era of mass production, there are coins that transcend their face value, coins that challenge collectors to look closer, study harder, and appreciate the beauty of errors. And for anyone following this channel, this is the kind of story that makes coin collecting thrilling, educational, and potentially life-changing. Because a coin that started as a simple 1-cent piece in 2015 has, through a combination of human error, minting anomalies, and rarity, become a multi-million-dollar treasure that numismatists around the world admire, chase, and study, and it stands as a testament to the unpredictable and fascinating world of coins, where even the smallest, most ordinary-looking pieces can carry unimaginable value, history, and intrigue. Next, 1992 1-cent USA coin. We dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins, and today we are about to explore a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors around the globe, the 1992 1-cent coin, an unassuming penny that, due to a series of extraordinary errors and minting anomalies, has now reached a staggering value of $50 million. And if you've ever wondered how a coin so small and common in appearance can be worth such a fortune, then buckle up, because the story behind this penny is as intricate as it is compelling, filled with mysteries of minting, human error, and the peculiarities of numismatic valuation that make collectors go to extreme lengths to acquire it. And while at first glance the 1992 1-cent coin might look just like any other Lincoln cent from the early 1990s, a closer inspection reveals a combination of mistakes that are so rare that they have turned what was once pocket change into a multi-million-dollar treasure. And the first of these errors that makes this coin so unique is the infamous double die obverse, an occurrence where during the minting process, the die that stamps the front of the coin shifted slightly, causing the image of Abraham Lincoln's bust and the inscriptions around it to appear doubled in certain areas, a subtle anomaly that is nearly invisible to the untrained eye but instantly recognizable to seasoned collectors. And this doubling is not just a cosmetic issue, it is a critical factor in the Coins valuation. Because double-die coins are exceptionally rare and highly sought after in the numismatic world, and this specific instance from 1992 is particularly valuable because only a handful of examples are known to exist, making it an ultra-rare specimen that commands attention at auctions. But the double die is not the only error that contributes to this coin's astronomical value. The 1992 penny also exhibits a prominent off-center strike, where during production, the planchette, the blank piece of metal that becomes the coin, was not properly aligned with the die, resulting in a portion of the coin appearing cut off or misaligned, creating an irregular, incomplete impression that, rather than diminishing its value, significantly increases it because off-center coins are extremely collectible due to their uniqueness, and in this case, the off-center strike varies from minor to severe, with the most dramatic examples showing Lincoln's head partially missing, the date skewed, and the "In God We Trust" inscription only partially visible, and each variation of off-center strike adds layers of rarity and desirability, making collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums for a perfect example. But what truly pushes the 1992 penny into the multi-million-dollar category is the combination of multiple errors on the same coin, an occurrence so rare in minting that it can be considered almost miraculous, and some surviving specimens display both a double die and significant off-center striking simultaneously, along with weak or missing mint marks, which are tiny letters indicating the U.S. mint location, further complicating the coin's identification and adding to its allure. And the missing mint mark, often seen on coins from the Philadelphia Mint in 1992, occurs when the minting process fails to properly impress the identifying letter, creating a subtle but extremely valuable variation that collectors prize. And when you add to this the fact that some coins from this year also show die cracks or planchette flaws, such as cracks in the metal or small laminations where layers of the copper alloy peel away, you start to see why the coin's rarity multiplies exponentially, each error stacking value upon value, creating a perfect storm of collectability that is nearly impossible to replicate. And beyond the physical anomalies, the story of how these coins were discovered adds to their mystique and market appeal, as many were found in circulation by ordinary people who had no idea of their worth, turning mundane trips to the store into life-changing events, and some coins were discovered in coin rolls purchased at banks, the lucky collectors recognizing the subtle double die or off-center features and immediately realizing they had stumbled upon a once-in-a-lifetime find. And because these coins are so rare, auction houses have seen them sell for prices that defy conventional wisdom about the value of pennies, with individual specimens fetching millions of dollars, the $50 million valuation representing the ultimate peak of desirability and rarity, often reserved for coins that have flawless preservation, perfect alignment of errors, and a documented provenance that verifies their authenticity and history. And part of what makes the 1992 1-cent coin so fascinating is that it encapsulates the delicate balance between human error and minting perfection, showing that even in a highly mechanized process, tiny mistakes can create objects of incredible value. And it also highlights the importance of certification by professional grading services, where coins are examined and graded for authenticity, condition, and error types, with top-tier grades such as MS70 or PR70 indicating a coin in near-perfect condition with all errors intact, further enhancing its monetary worth. And collectors often go to extraordinary lengths to locate these coins, traveling across states, inspecting countless rolls of pennies, and sometimes competing in intense bidding wars at major auctions where the presence of the coin can spark multi-million-dollar competition. And the 1992 penny has even inspired discussions among numismatists about the nature of value itself, how an ordinary piece of copper can become a symbol of rarity, historical anomaly, and financial speculation all at once. And it serves as a testament to the complexities of coin collecting, where knowledge, patience, luck, and attention to detail converge to create potentially life-altering rewards. And while the market for such rare coins is niche, the fascination with finding errors, understanding minting processes, and owning something that is one of the few of its kind is a powerful motivator that drives both amateur and professional collectors alike. And some experts even speculate that undiscovered examples of the 1992 1-cent coin with more dramatic errors could exist, hidden in jars, drawers, or old coin collections, waiting for someone perceptive enough to recognize their significance. And this possibility fuels an ongoing excitement and hope within the coin collecting community, a thrill that perhaps one day an ordinary person will find a coin that transforms their life, echoing stories of other legendary numismatic finds. And the 1992 penny's journey from a humble circulation coin to a multi-million-dollar rarity also reflects broader trends in the collector market, where scarcity, condition, historical significance, and unique error combinations determine value far more than face value, and it underscores the importance of meticulous observation, patience, and the willingness to delve into the technical details of coin production, from die creation to striking pressures, planchet preparation, and mint oversight, all of which can contribute to the creation of a coin that is not only an error but a masterpiece of accidental artistry. And for anyone interested in the practical implications, owning a 1992 1-cent coin with the right errors could mean access to a level of wealth most people only dream about, though the thrill of collecting, the satisfaction of discovering a rare item, and the intellectual curiosity stimulated by studying such anomalies are rewards in themselves, and it is precisely this combination of rarity, historical intrigue, technical peculiarity, and financial potential that makes the 1992 penny one of the most celebrated and sought-after coins in the modern numismatic world. A coin that proves that even the smallest objects can hold unimaginable value if they are rare, unique, and steeped in the mysteries of production errors, human oversight, and chance. And as collectors continue to search for surviving examples, the legend of the 1992 1-cent coin will only grow, inspiring new generations to examine their change, explore coin rolls, and study the subtle differences between what is ordinary and what is extraordinary. And while not every penny from 1992 will carry a multi-million-dollar price tag, the very existence of these exceptional specimens captures imaginations, transforms perspectives on everyday objects, and reminds us all that in the world of coins, miracles can occur in copper, and the $50 million valuation of this particular coin is a testament not only to the rarity of its errors but also to the human fascination with perfection, imperfection, and the stories that objects carry through time, proving once and for all that even the smallest cent can have the largest impact in the world of numismatics and beyond, a phenomenon that will continue to intrigue, inspire, and captivate collectors for decades to come. Last 1976 1-cent USA coin. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in the world of numismatics, a story that revolves around a seemingly ordinary 1976 1-cent coin that has captured the imagination of collectors around the globe due to its mind-blowing valuation of $51 million. And yes, you heard that right. $51 million for a coin that was originally worth just a penny, and the reasons behind this astronomical value are as fascinating as they are complex, combining a mixture of minting errors, historical context, rarity, and the thrilling unpredictability of the coin collecting world. So buckle up as we explore every intricate detail that makes this coin a true numismatic legend. The 1976 1-cent coin, part of the bicentennial series that celebrated 200 years of American independence, was minted in an era of experimentation and high production, yet within this particular coin lies a story of mistakes and anomalies that have elevated it to legendary status, starting with its most notorious error, the double die obverse, which occurred when the die used to strike the coin shifted slightly during the minting process, creating an illusion of double lettering and numbers that are immediately noticeable to a trained eye, and this kind of error is incredibly rare because modern minting techniques are designed to prevent such mistakes, but when they do happen, they create coins that are highly sought after, and the 1976 penny in question shows not just a faint doubling but a dramatic doubling on the date and the inscriptions, making it a prime example of one of the most desirable types of minting anomalies. And when collectors recognize a coin with such a flaw, its value can skyrocket because no two errors are ever exactly alike, and the uniqueness of this coin adds a mystique that standard coins simply cannot offer. But the double die is just the beginning. This coin also exhibits a fascinating case of off-center striking, where the coin blank did not align properly with the striking dies, resulting in part of the design being cut off. And off-center strikes are particularly appealing because they demonstrate a moment when the precision of the minting machinery failed, creating a one-of-a-kind artifact that embodies the imperfections of human and mechanical processes. And in the world of numismatics, imperfections often equal perfection in terms of collectability and monetary value, and this off-center strike on the 1976 penny is particularly dramatic, with the Lincoln portrait and the inscriptions pushed noticeably toward one side. And combined with the double die, it creates a visually arresting coin that collectors cannot resist. Adding to the allure of this coin is the rare occurrence of a die crack that runs across the surface, a subtle but detectable fissure in the metal caused by the repeated stress of striking coins over time. And die cracks are like fingerprints of the minting process, each one unique, and when you combine a prominent die crack with other errors like doubling and off-center striking, you create a multi-error coin that is exceptionally rare. And rarity is the cornerstone of value in coin collecting. because collectors and investors alike are drawn to items that cannot be easily replicated, and the 1976 pennies combination of eras creates a trifecta of rarity that makes it a candidate for multi-million-dollar valuations. Another contributing factor to its incredible $51 million worth is the historical significance of the 1976 bicentennial series, which was produced to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States, and coins from commemorative years tend to attract more attention from collectors, especially when they exhibit eras, because they serve as tangible pieces of history, capturing a moment in time that is both commemorative and anomalous, and the story behind the bicentennial pennies adds an extra layer of desirability, as collectors not only invest in their rarity but also in their historical narrative, and a coin that combines an important historical year with extraordinary minting mistakes becomes more than just currency. It becomes a collectible artifact, a status symbol in the numismatic community, and a potential investment vehicle for those who understand the intricacies of the coin market. Furthermore, the market dynamics of rare coins play a critical role in inflating the value of this 1976 penny, as demand from high-net-worth collectors and auction houses willing to pay premium prices for multi-era and historically significant coins has created an environment where the $51 million price tag, while astonishing, is supported by the uniqueness, provenance, and the emotional appeal of owning something truly one of a kind, and in addition to double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks, there have been reports of additional anomalies such as slight planchet lamination flaws, tiny metal splits, and unusual colorations caused by the chemical composition of the penny's copper alloy at the time, all of which add to its visual intrigue and collectible value. And when a coin exhibits multiple simultaneous errors like this, it transcends the usual grading metrics and enters a rarefied world where its story, appearance, and rarity collectively drive its market worth, making it an iconic piece for serious numismatists and investors alike. To understand why this coin could command such a high price, one must also appreciate the grading standards that underpin the coin collecting industry, as even a coin with multiple errors must still be in sufficiently preserved condition to appeal to top-tier collectors, and the 1976 penny that has achieved this valuation is reportedly in near-perfect mint state, with sharp details on Lincoln's profile, crisp inscriptions, and a lustrous finish that enhances its appeal and ensures that its errors are not merely historical curiosities but highly visible, aesthetically engaging features that elevate it above ordinary circulation examples, and the interplay of condition and error is critical in pushing the value into the multi-million-dollar range, because collectors pay not only for rarity and error but also for the overall quality of the piece, and a high-grade, multi-era coin is effectively a masterpiece of chance and craftsmanship. Another dimension to the coin's value is its story of discovery, as coins with such dramatic errors are rarely found in circulation. Most are discovered in collections, at estate sales, or by chance by individuals who may not even realize the treasure in their hands, and the narrative of finding such a coin adds a layer of human drama to its history, as stories of sudden discovery, expert authentication, and subsequent auction bidding wars create excitement and media coverage that further inflates the coin's notoriety and perceived value, and in this sense, the 1976 penny has become not just an object of numismatic interest but a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of luck, expertise, and the thrill of the hunt in the world of coin collecting. Beyond the technical errors and historical significance, the 1976 penny's value is amplified by the psychology of scarcity and investment potential, as collectors and investors recognize that coins with multiple simultaneous anomalies are finite, non-reproducible, and likely to appreciate over time, creating a competitive market where wealthy buyers are willing to pay extraordinary sums to secure ownership. And the $51 million valuation is a reflection not only of the coin's physical characteristics but also of its perceived investment potential, a combination of artistry, rarity, historical resonance, and market dynamics that converge to produce one of the most remarkable valuations in the history of numismatics, and this makes the 1976 1-cent coin an exemplar of how human error, chance, and historical context can elevate an otherwise modest object into a multi-million-dollar collectible. In summary, the 1976 1-cent coin's value of $51 million is a culmination of multiple intersecting factors: the dramatic double die obverse, the strikingly off-center strike, the unique die cracks, the subtle planchet imperfections, the historical significance of the bicentennial year, the exceptional preservation and mint state quality, the rare and compelling discovery narrative, and the highly competitive collector market that prizes scarcity and uniqueness, and together, these elements Create a coin that is far more than its face value, a true masterpiece of numismatic anomaly and historical artifact that captures the imagination, the thrill, and the financial possibilities of coin collecting, making it one of the most extraordinary examples of how mistakes, when perfectly preserved and understood, can transform the ordinary into the almost unimaginably valuable. And for any serious collector or enthusiast watching this video, the 1976 1-cent coin serves as both a cautionary tale and a beacon of opportunity, demonstrating that even a single penny, under the right conditions, can become one of the most coveted treasures in the world, embodying the convergence of human error, historical context, rarity, and market psychology. And this is precisely why the legend of the 1976 penny continues to captivate, inspire, and astound collectors, investors, and enthusiasts worldwide, as it reminds us that in the world of numismatics, anything is possible, and that sometimes, the tiniest coin can hold the biggest story.